Alright, we're finding the focus of a parabola of the form ay squared plus by plus cx plus d equals 0. This is not in a nice form for us to find the vertex or focus. So the first thing we're going to have to do is some rewriting. Once we can rewrite it into one of these two forms, we're going to be able to find the vertex. We're going to be able to find what P is, so that we can add it to either the x-coordinate or the y-coordinate of the vertex to find the focus, okay? So a lot of work to do first, okay? First of all, look at this. Notice that y is getting squared, right? So what kind of parabola is this? This is going to be the horizontal parabola because y is getting squared, not x getting squared, right? So my goal is this. I'm going to do some work so that the equation that I'm given looks like this, okay? So I'm going to copy this down here. I say that's my goal. I want to get there. So we're going to have to do some completing the square work, moving the terms to the right places to make this happen. So what I notice over here is that y's are on the left-hand side, x's are on the right-hand side. So let me do some moving, okay? I am going to keep these y's, these two, here. I'll keep 4y squared plus 16y on the left-hand side. But the x's, I think I'm just going to make this one go with the x while at it. Let me just send these two to the other side, okay? So if I move those two to the other side, I'm going to get negative x minus 17, okay? Ignoring this right-hand side for now, I'm going to go ahead and work with the left side, okay? Factor out the 4. Then you get y squared plus 4y equals negative x minus 17. Let us complete the square. What should we add inside this parenthesis? Remember, it's always half of that middle number squared. So if you do half of 4, that's 2. 2 squared is 4. So I'm going to be adding 4 inside the parenthesis. But what does that mean to the entire left-hand side? Okay, I'm not just adding 4, but I'm actually adding 16 to the left side. So that's why I'm going to put plus 16 on the right-hand side of this equal sign. Okay, now we're ready to simplify this a little bit. So I have 4 times y plus 2 squared equals negative x. Combine these two to get negative 1. Now this looks somewhat alike, okay? It's not quite there yet, but watch. See, what we got is that y minus k squared, okay? Let me circle that. Let me hold on. We got this y minus k squared on the left side, okay? We don't need the 4 there. You notice that? We don't need that 4 there. So I'm going to divide both sides by 4 so that y plus 2 can be completely by itself. Okay? So to get rid of that 4 in front of it, because you see there's no 4 there, I am going to multiply 1/4 to both sides. So if I do that, I'm going to get 1/4, or same thing as dividing by 4, times negative x minus 1. So look how same this left-hand side is. We have exactly y plus 2 squared, and that's what they have on the left-hand side. But you notice the right side, we got some work to do. They don't want a negative x inside the parenthesis. They just want a positive x. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out that negative to the front. I am going to factor out negative 1 from these two terms, okay? So the left side is y plus 2 squared. But when that negative comes out, it's going to go in front of that quarter. And that will leave us positive x plus 1 inside the parenthesis. Oh, that was a lot of work. Well, we got it. Now look, we will be able to tell the vertex by reading what's being subtracted from x's and y's. When you see x plus 1, you know the x-coordinate of the vertex is negative 1. When you see y plus 2, you know the y-coordinate of the vertex will be negative 2. Now, we got to find the p though, okay? what is sitting in front of that parenthesis for x? This is going to give us 4p. So what I want you to do is set that equal to 4p. 4p is equal to negative 1 over 4. So if you want to have p by itself, divide both sides by 4 or multiply both sides by 1/4 to cancel out multiplying by 4. So what is p? P is negative 1 over 16. Now, once you have the vertex and the p-value, well, focus is just one step away. Look, in order for you to find what the focus is, you just have to add that p to the x-coordinate of the vertex. So the y-coordinate will still be negative 2, but in order to find what that is, we need to do negative 1 plus negative 1 over 16. And that's going to be what? Negative 17 over 16. So that is how you can find the focus of the parabola. This was more of rewriting, But just I think what helped me is that I knew exactly where I wanted to go. Like I wanted to go to this form. So when I completed the square and it didn't look like where I wanted to go, I just kept on thinking about what should we do to make our equation look more like what's being needed here. Okay, so after that, read the vertex, find what p is, and then add that p to either, well, in my case, I add to the x-coordinate. But if you guys have a vertical case, then you're going to be adding that p to the y-coordinate.